Hey, welcome to EPN. My name is Victor Lucas, and we bring you the latest in everything cool every single day. Thank you for joining us for another exciting episode of EP Live. It is Friday, and you know what that means. Everybody can go home for the weekend and play 48 hours of Red Dead Redemption 2 and just continue on their big, long journey. We're going to be talking a little bit more about Red Dead Redemption 2, but first, we have a rundown to get through, and this one is dedicated to our pal Graham Coombe, who said, great rundown, Vic. Burst out laughing with your Mario impression. Well, that was fun. I thought it was just okay. But let's get started with your rundown. Blizzard Entertainment has kicked off their annual BlizzCon event earlier today, and here's what they announced so far. The biggest news is that Diablo is going mobile. Blizzard has announced an all-new Diablo game called Diablo Immortal, created exclusively for mobile devices. It looks like it will have the same familiar style of Diablo gameplay, complete with multiplayer. No word yet on a release window. Next up, Blizzard announced the new playable character for Overwatch. She's named Ashe and is a cowboy sniper who has the ability to summon a giant robot companion named Bob. Heroes of the Storm is also getting a new character, Orphea, the game's first original character not from another Blizzard game. Blizzard confirmed the long-rumored remastered version of Warcraft 3 called Warcraft 3 Reforged and looks pretty similar to the remastered version of StarCraft. Finally, Hearthstone fans are getting a new expansion called Rastakhan's Rumble, offering new cards and launching December 4th. I'm most excited out of that collection of news announcements there for the Diablo mobile game. I think that's a perfect platform for a game like this. It's kind of crazy to me that they didn't announce it with the iPad Pro just earlier this week, right? Like Apple had all eyes on that event, and they announced a pretty hot new tablet for everybody to play games on, and they were really kind of pumping up the game aspects of everything there, and Diablo would have made a big splash at that event. I mean, it's cool that it's here at BlizzCon, and it's appropriate that it's at BlizzCon, and the trailer certainly looks beautiful, and it looks like really high fidelity Diablo experience. And I think being able to put your fingers on the objects and do all kinds of hacking and slashing that way is going to be really fun on the characters and all the different magic effects and spells and things that they're going to be able to pull off. Can't wait for that. I think that's great. I am also long overdue for jumping into Overwatch and getting my butt handed to me. Do people hand butts to people when they kill them? But I'll get killed. I'll be slashed up and shot at very much if I play Overwatch again, but I want to play it again. I want to get familiar with Ashe. That sounds good to me. I don't play Heroes of the Storm. I am psyched to play Warcraft 3 again, and I don't really play the Hearthstone card game, although I know it's awesome. Ben Silverman was always talking about how awesome it was. I don't play it. But let's move on. We've got more news. We don't know if an Obi-Wan Kenobi movie will ever get made, but actor Ewan McGregor is turning to the dark side for another big role. The famed actor is in talks to play the iconic DC villain Black Mask in the big screen cinematic universe. Variety reports that McGregor will first appear as Black Mask in the upcoming film Birds of Prey, where he'll be the main villain, and given the shared continuity, it's possible that he'll reprise the role in other DC films after that. If he takes the role, this will be Ewan McGregor's first superhero movie. It hits theaters in 2020. That's an interesting casting choice for Ewan McGregor there. I think I talked a little bit about it yesterday, but I think he'd be great as a slightly older Oliver Queen. And he'd be a cool choice for a Green Arrow. But of course, Stephen Amell is kicking ass as Oliver Queen on TV every week, so it'd be that immediate comparison, right? I think he's awesome in whatever he does. I'm talking about Ewan McGregor. I'm excited to see how much fun he has playing a villain. I know he'll play it with some relish. He'll have a good time. He'll have that patented Ewan McGregor smile, but it will be menacing this time, which is going to be cool. And hopefully they're turning the corner on the whole DCEU. It sounds like they're making some pretty cool choices in there. I think we're going to know about the new Batman pretty soon. You guys all know that they pushed Wonder Woman back 7 months, and I think that's kind of to soft reboot a lot of the stuff that they're doing with DCEU and to kind of introduce us to some new characters. I think that's what's going on, or new actors playing familiar characters. We might see a new Superman. We might see a new Batman, although I have heard rumors that Cavill is going to be in Shazam, so we'll find out soon enough, but these are positive changes. Hiring an actor of the caliber of Ewan McGregor is a positive change for DCEU. Now, Ridley Scott is going to look at audiences and ask once again, are you not entertained? The iconic filmmaker is reportedly moving forward with his long-in-development Gladiator sequel. Deadline reports that Scott is prepping the film to be his next big project, and the story will focus on Lucius, the nephew of the original film's villain, Commodus. Is that Commodus? Commodus. I never say that word. No word yet on who might star. It's been more than 18 years since the first Gladiator was released, but Scott is no stranger to making sequels to his older films. He's directed 2 recent Alien films and produced last year's Blade Runner 2049. Now, great success with Blade Runner 2049, but the very smart thing that Ridley Scott did is he handed over the directorial reins to Denis Villeneuve, who did an incredible job with that movie. I don't want to suggest that Ridley Scott may be past his prime here. I don't want to say that. I think the guy's still got some good movies in him. It's weird to be doing a sequel to Gladiator, though. Don't you guys think? I mean, that was kind of all summed up in that first film. Everybody was great in that movie. It was pretty seminal. It was pretty damn amazing to escape into that universe, into that world. I mean, there's more to mine there, but then we've got great shows like Rome, and we've seen this kind of thing before. You know, Spartacus as well. Yeah, I mean, I'm curious. I'm always curious. I just feel like, you know, maybe Ridley Scott should stop looking backward or sharing some of the, responsibilities with stuff that he has touched. I mean, he's such an incredible filmmaker. He's left us with so many awesome, important movies to enjoy over so many years, so many decades, honestly. But I just don't want this thing to tarnish what we know and remember of Gladiator. And I'm wondering how they're going to work Russell Crowe into this one, too. All right, one of the world's most iconic video game characters is going to be unmasked for the first time on television. The upcoming Halo TV series will focus on franchise hero Master Chief as the main character and will likely show his face for the first time. Of course, they have to show his face. That's according to The Hollywood Reporter, which claims that the studio has begun looking for actors that fit the build, and the plan is to show his face on camera. This is a big deal because Master Chief has never been unmasked in the games, and at least not as an adult, so the show will be giving us our first good look at what's under the helmet. The TV series is being produced by Showtime in partnership with Microsoft, with none other than Steven Spielberg serving as executive producer. I am excited for this show. I do want to see this Halo show. I hope it's great, but there is no way in hell that they can kind of preserve the illusion and the mystery and sort of, make the character an avatar, make him you, which I think was the whole idea that Bungie had originally, right? Like, you are playing him, so they didn't want to make a whole bunch of story around this character. But this is a totally different medium. And honestly, I hope that it is such compelling narrative that 343 kind of picks up the baton and just adds brushstrokes and layers and lots of things for us to enjoy in the narrative and the storytelling in future Halo video games, because they've been kind of all over the place, and they've rightly or wrongly shifted focus to so many other characters while leaving Master Chief this great big question mark. So hopefully some of that question mark gets answered in the show, and it inspires the game makers to make us better stories for the games. And hopefully it's all awesome. All right, we're going to put 2 hopeful thumbs up there for that. All right, that's going to do it for our rundown today, guys. Let's move on now to This Day in Everything Cool. Welcome to This Day and Everything Cool for November 2nd. On this day in 2004, Sony tried to kill the Halo franchise. The first-person shooter Killzone was released in North America exclusively on the PlayStation 2. Developed by Dutch studio Guerrilla Games, Sony had approached the company years earlier with the idea of creating a sci-fi shooter exclusively for the new PlayStation 2, which had just been released, and the project eventually evolved into Killzone. During development, Sony's rival Microsoft and their partner Bungie released their own sci-fi shooter, Halo, on the original Xbox, becoming a massive hit. This meant that by the time Killzone was announced, many assumed that it was meant to be Sony's answer to Halo. The 2 games definitely share some similarities, but Killzone is a much darker and grittier experience. When it launched, it wasn't as well received as Halo, only earning lukewarm reviews. The fact that Killzone also didn't have any multiplayer didn't help it beat Halo either, but despite its shortcomings, it was still a financial success. Sony bought Guerrilla Games a year later, and they created an entire series of Killzone sequels for other Sony platforms like the PlayStation 3 and PSP. In 2017, they debuted an all-new franchise, Horizon Zero Dawn, on the PlayStation 4. It's great to see everybody in the show today. VR Grid, I see that you are back. Audrion Leon, Paul Adamson, Graham Coombe, good to see you. Tyler Fisher, we are going to get into Let's Play and chat. We're going to be playing some of the Spider-Man DLC a little bit later in the show, and we will talk. So save up your questions and your comments and make sure that you're there for that. I've got some comments and I've got some thoughts on Red Dead Redemption 2. I've crossed the 20% threshold. I am, getting deeper and deeper into Arthur Morgan's story and getting to know a lot more about my fellow gang members, headed up by Dutch Vanderling, who, what I didn't do and what I wish I had done is spent a little bit more time playing Red Dead Redemption 1 before I got back into Red Dead Redemption 2. It feels like Red Dead Redemption 2 just kind of swallows up the world and the content that's in the first game, in Red Dead Redemption 1, which feels like a tiny little, bug compared to this huge, massive scale and size of RDR2. It is just so big and so epic. And that's honestly one of the it's not a complaint, but it's definitely something that I've had to kind of adjust my whole life around, because it's taken many hours between exciting, peaks and huge beats in this game. There's lots and lots of just riding to the town of Valentine and back, or riding to go and save one of my buddies who's in jail, and then riding back to the camp, and riding way out into the wilderness looking for somebody that's in this fuzzy cloud and it's a big question mark, and they might send me out on some other kind of mission like finding dinosaur bones or fishing. But it's enveloping me, and what's unique about this game is that it's kind of counter-programming to what's happening in a lot of video games right now, where it is just this constant noise, and it's just constant engagement and entertainment, and lots of things popping up on screen telling you how awesome you are. That exists in this game as well. There's lots of little badges and awards, and you've completed a mission, unlock this, here's a new gun for you. There's lots of that, but it's doled out in a methodical, slower paced, much more contemplative way. Contemplative, that's the word. Contemplative way. There's obvious love and craft and care in the way it's all given to you. And the game asks you to take a breath. The game asks you to kind of slow your pace down. It encourages you to just sit down at campfires and look up at the stars and watch the clouds roll in and lightning start striking water off in the distance. You're really just meant to live in this game, and it's wonderful, and it's overwhelming, and it's very powerful because also in this epic scale are these moments of really cool tight shots on faces, and people squinting in disbelief just before they slowly pull out a revolver and get into a duel, or they get surrounded by a bunch of lawmen and they got to fight their way out, and some pretty thrilling stagecoach robberies or train robberies. There's also lots of kind of teamwork moments in here too, which I think will really be finessed and exemplified by the co-op and the multiplayer stuff that they're planning for RDR2 Online. And all of that is really amazing. Like setting up a sequence where you're going to go and send one of your allies to go and create some kind of confusion while you sneak into the back door of a house, and then you rifle through all the drawers. And we talked about how slow it is to kind of move through the drawers and find things that you want to take. But you do it sneakily and quietly, and you try not to alert anybody. And you try to remember to close all the drawers so you won't get noticed right away when people come back into their house. And you find yourself also not only taking a long distance to get somewhere, but also spending a lot of time fast, riding as quickly as you can away from the chaos that you've just done in some town or, some fortress, or like I stole this oil cart. I was going to say oil truck, but they're not trucks yet. It's just pre all of that, the machine age, all the cars and all that stuff, just right before all that stuff, which is examined a little bit more in RDR1. But it's amazing. You sneak into a refinery and you steal an oil cart and try to get away while people are shooting at you and stuff. And of course, if they shoot at you too much, well, you've got that thing, kaboom! And there are some, epic action sequences that it feels like a show. It feels like this, like HBO scale blockbuster series that has a lot of character nuance and lots of great just discussions that are authentic. I mean, there was this one discussion where I sat down as Arthur Morgan and I was trying to kind of unload and talk about the changing of the world. I feel like the world is changing. I feel like I don't know what I'm trying to say. And he gets all confused. And it's kind of timed to the way that you press the buttons. You can keep these conversations going, but you can also you get to say, okay, I've talked to this person for long enough, and then you press it. And the game is smart enough to kind of end the conversations in a natural way. And it just all feels so authentic. I was really moved also by Arthur Morgan having a relationship with Jack, the maybe son of John Marston, and they go fishing, and just to see him pick up this little kid and stick him on the horse, and they're riding out to go to the water, and some really beautiful, poignant, smaller moments, interspersed across this great frontier land. One thing, too, that I think about when I'm riding around in this game, and I'm not quite ready to give it a score yet, but I can tell you that it's what I'm thinking about as I'm walking around, I think I got to put another, 10 hours or 15 hours into this thing, and I'll be able to kind of sum up my thoughts wholly. But one thing that I've certainly been thinking about, because you do a lot of hunting and skinning of animals in this, for upgrades and nourishment and all kinds of things. But the animals are copious, and they're all around you in this natural world that man, in the context of the game and also in the context of history, hasn't really tamed yet. And news broke out this week that we've lost 60% of all wildlife in the world. There were recent studies, and it's just surreal to hear that, and there's like 6 or 7 countries on Earth right now that have 70% of all of the wildlife on the planet, and it's been really strip mined. Like there's a lot of animals gone because of us, and to see the amount of animals flourish in this game, it's like it hits home. Like we came into their world and we took it over. And they're all over the place, and they feed us, and they keep us warm, and all that stuff in this game. But God, yeah, it's been weird, right? It's like this is a step back in time when you play this game. It's a step back in appreciation of nature, and it's a step back in time. And I think that's all of that stuff really makes it wonderful. You can absolutely see the labor. You can absolutely see, that people put in many hours to make this massive experience for us. It does feel like another level. It does sort of make me think that this is the high bar that we're going to be shooting for from now on in terms of open world gameplay and architecture. Still some issues. Certainly the pacing is something that you have to be prepared for, and the controls are clunky to begin with, and then it takes iteration and familiarization before it starts to feel like you're inhabiting the character, which is a little unlike something like Assassin's Creed, where if you've played them. And I guess when we first started playing Assassin's Creed games, we had to learn a lot of the vernacular of the controls. But now you jump into an Assassin's Creed game and you kind of fluidly inhabiting those people, those characters. This one, it feels a little bit more clunky, but God, it is another level in game development and design and single player structure, and I'm having a fantastic time. Not ready to put a score on it yet. I know there's lots of 10s floating out there, lots of people calling this thing the greatest thing they've played in 2018, if not ever. I'm not quite there yet, and part of it is, and I got to tell you, part of it is that Red Dead Redemption 1 was so effective, and it's dated now for sure, but it was such an effective conveyance of that time period, and it handled it in such a deft way that I had my suspicions about this going into Red Dead Redemption 2. It's like, well, what more could you get out of the Wild West than what was handled in Red Dead Redemption 2? Plus, I still like Marston better, and I'm with Marston a lot in this game. And I every time Marston talks, I'm like, well, I'm that guy. No, I'm not. I'm Arthur Morgan. But still, I'll have more thoughts. I'm loving it, though. And yeah, what a masterpiece. Holy crap. All right, let's go back in time for a brand new buried treasure. Here's a game that I recently picked up for the Super NT, the best way to play a Super Nintendo game, it feels like, in modern day. I played it on my OLED screen. It's Disney's Aladdin, but not the one that we normally talk about, which is the Virgin one created for the Sega Genesis. This was the Capcom-created game for the Super Nintendo, and it was a little bit different. It still had incredible animation and all the characters from the movie, which is now obviously being turned into a live-action movie by Disney, and all of the theme music sort of carrying through, and you even get these little cool little mini-game type sequences that you take a breather between the side-scrolling levels where the genie pops up and you earn extra lives or extra apples to throw at bad guys or something like that. Lots of great little comic bits like bouncing off the top of some of the guards that are out chasing after Aladdin, and they just sort of fall and flail in some pretty comedic ways. Got your little monkey running around with you all over the place. You're flipping and flying and swinging, kind of Prince of Persia-esque in some ways, but God, this was just beautiful. All the sprite-based graphics are wonderful, and playing them in 2018 is kind of a revelation as well, because obviously somebody had to kind of go through with patchwork almost and click on, you know, where they want all of these shaded pixels to be, and it's incredible to see it all blown up on a giant screen and see that it still sort of maintains its integrity and is still a super fun and cool experience to play. It's obviously a huge property, and I think many of you that have followed Electric Playground for a long time probably played at least one or the other of the Aladdin games. The Genesis one is excellent as well, but it was a very nice escape for me to be able to jump back in and see this thing in the pure form resolution that I've been able to play it in. Really wonderful game. Disney's Aladdin, it's worth a look back at, and that makes it a buried treasure. Yeah, that's a pretty damn sweet game, and my kid has loved that. My kid has also been playing another recent game that just came out for the Nintendo Switch, and I thought I would share a very strange review that you probably wouldn't guess would be on Electric Playground. Here's my review of Paw Patrol. So my daughter and I have been playing this game called Paw Patrol on a Roll. Let me explain what this is all about, okay? You play a bunch of dogs, and they all meet together in this tower, and they have different abilities and skills. Like there's this character named Sky. She can fly. There is this character named Chase. He's kind of like a police dog. There's Rubble. He's kind of like a construction worker. It's almost like they're the village people, these dogs, but they get together, and they solve heinous crimes against little cute animals, and they got to save them and make sure that they're okay. So you're rescuing whales and turtles and all kinds of other little creatures. Sometimes they're humans as well. And this game is a single player experience where there's really no threat, and there's a lot of repetition in the game design, a lot of repetition in the art assets. The clever things that exist in this game are the ability to play as different Paw Patrol characters, and they're all adorable, and they all have cool little abilities. And for example, Sky's got the wings so she can fly. One of them can build a bridge. I forget all their names. One of them, what's his name? Oh my God. What do you got? Rubble, you got Chase, you got Avalanche, Everest. You got Everest. They wouldn't name a dog Avalanche. Anyways, all of these cute pups have different abilities. They can create little constructions or remove obstructions or fly around them or go into the water. You've got some sequences that are underwater and some sequences that are up in the sky. And it's pretty cute, and the graphics look very similar to the television show. One of the major frustrations with this game is that it's just a little too simple. My kid is 6, and she played through Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild with me. I was doing all the controlling and navigating through the world and stuff, but she was right there sort of pointing me in directions and solving puzzles with me, and she just saw the complexity and the beauty and the simplicity of that design. So this is very straightforward. You can't really die. You can't really fall and kill yourself or anything like that. I guess you don't want to in a kid's game like this, but it really removes any sense of jeopardy or any sense of like, oh, okay, we'll try that again. Most of the frustrations is just trying to circle back and get some of the things that you missed, which is really easy to do. There's a couple of double jumps and stuff. So it was ridiculously easy for an adult gamer like myself, who's played a few games. I basically gave her the controls, and I watched her play, and I was her navigator a little bit, and I helped every once in a while, but she was just breezing through everything. And the thing that drove her crazy, and I could see a reflection of myself in her, Ryder doesn't stop talking, and he doesn't stop saying exactly what you're supposed to do all the way through the game, over and over and over again. So if you start tugging on, a rope to pull an obstruction down or something like that, why don't you pull that down and you can go forward? Why don't you pull that down so you can go forward? Why don't you pull that down so you can go forward?
To pull the rope to the left, move the left stick. Quickly, you have to get through the path before it closes. There's a golden paw print close by. You found a golden paw print.
And it was just like incessant nagging and just awful voice, penetration in your head, and it just got to me like crazy. But I saw my kid actually start talking back at the television like I do when I'm playing games and I'm just questioning developer choices or I'm frustrated. It's like, why do you do that? And I actually heard her say, "You've got to stop telling me this. Please stop I'm never going to play this game ever again." And I actually heard her say that, and that's something that I say when I get super frustrated when I'm playing a game. It's like, why am I playing this? I'm never going to play this again. And then I walk away and take a breath and come back and pick up the controller and keep going. I saw her doing that. And this is really the first game where she's the boss in it, where she is the one fully controlling. She did play a Dora game, which was kind of similar. My point is that this is kind of a missed opportunity because it's single player. It's a missed opportunity because there's no ability to play with a parent and a kid, which is crazy. Missed opportunity because there is no real education on if you fail, you can try it again, which is something that I think we all experienced when we came to games in the Nintendo era or the Sega era, where games were kind of excruciatingly difficult and they didn't have save points and you had to have codes and things like that to sort of keep your progress, but it trained us to be better players, and this one really doesn't. So it misses on a bunch of those fronts. Yes, it's cute that you get to play as all the characters and they have nifty abilities and the graphics are there. The theme music isn't there, which is so weird. I mean, it seems to echo it, but you don't get the Paw Patrol, be there on the... You don't get that, and you kind of want that because that's how the shows start, and I've heard that theme 70 billion times, and I was really shocked that I didn't hear it in this game. Anyways, my kid still gave this game a lot of benefits of the doubt. I could see the frustration. I could see her thermometer, her cartoon thermometer just going up and steam coming out of her ears as she was playing the game. That Ryder voice was too much. I turned the volume right down on all the dialogue so then he'd pop up but he wouldn't say anything. Still, because it's her first, game based on a property that she loves and she was, playing through the experience on her own, she would give it an 8. My kid is crazy. This game is a 4.5 out of 10. All right, you guys, we have a contest, a few contest winners that we got to tell you about. Paw Patrol, be careful if you step into that minefield. Only sort of recommended for the very young out there. But we have a few Blu-rays to give away for Ant-Man and the Wasp. Marvel Canada and Disney Canada got in touch with us and asked if we wanted to work with them to get some Canadians some Blu-rays. And we just have to make sure that these people are in fact Canadian, but the ones that we have chosen are off of our Facebook page are because I asked people what they would do if they had the shrinking abilities of Ant-Man and the Wasp, and got some good ones. A lot of people talking about playing with their toys at full scale and jumping into their SNES carts and NES carts. But Dave Broman said, pull out my childhood Millennium Falcon toy, climb into Han's seat, then shell, punch it, Chewie, while my spouse flies it around the house making whooshing noises. That is awesome. And you are getting an Ant-Man and the Wasp Blu-ray, Dave. We're going to connect and get your address. Ian Spence said I would shrink down and hide in Vic's bathroom to see his super secret skincare regimen. I still think he bathes in the blood of virgins mixed with freshly squeezed almond milk, but I haven't gotten him to admit it yet. That's very flattering. So you get an Ant-Man and the Wasp Blu-ray, Ian Spence. And Ryan Ouellette says, easy. I would rebuild a massive Lego city to look as real as possible, get myself a solid-looking Godzilla costume, and finally fulfill the childhood dream of walking through a city destroying everything in my path. Brilliant responses. Ryan, Ian, and Dave, stay tuned. We'll be reaching out through our Facebook account there, and we'll get your address and info, and we'll get that to Marvel, and you guys will be getting the Blu-rays very soon. And, you know, definitely keep your eyes on EP because we have got all kinds of contests and things like that every once in a while, okay? All right, now, my friends, it is time for Let's Play and Chat. And today, I thought it would be, since we went through some Paw Patrol and we've talked about Red Dead quite a bit, I haven't really played the DLC for Spider-Man with you fine folks, my friendly neighborhood folks out there. So let's jump in and play a little bit of the Heist, shall we? Okay, Blake Siefkin's going to come out here. This is Let's Play and Chat, so if you've got any questions, any comments or whatever, let us know in the chat, and we're going to jump in. Oh, no, wait a second. Why is that locked? Please finish the something old, something new. Okay, I got to go back to a different mission here. 1 second. It should all work. I've got 3 different save points on here, so give me 1 sec. Oh, cursor's on screen. I didn't want to start it without, like, I wanted you guys to see the first cutscene and all that stuff, but I have to get somewhere in the game. Okay, so how do I do this? Because I don't think I'm far enough into the thing yet.
I'm not getting any audio from the game.
Oh, really?
Are you hearing it? No.
Hold on, let me restart this whole thing. So that's all right. It's okay. Nothing too freaky there. Okay, I'm gonna restart this, and
Restart the computer.
no, I'm just gonna restart the app, and it should work. Okay, 1 sec. There it is. Okay.
Cursor's on the World Trade Center.
You know what? We have to jump into it because I don't know how far into the main game I have to play before I unlock the DLC. So just give me one second, and we'll turn that music off too. I thought I'd be able to just jump right into that mission, but I have to get into the game before I can unlock it. I wish they would tell you that before you start up your game, but we're going to play some DLC anyways. Okay. So where I'm starting, just to catch you guys all up, there's been a break-in a museum, and some stuff has been stolen, and I've broken up a bunch of thieves and stopped them from stealing stuff. But I also lost some stuff because Felicia Hardy had come there. And then I find out that Felicia Hardy's dad used to be a Black Cat thief as well. Okay, so now we're in the city of New York, and let's go into the settings and turn the music down. There we go. Boom. Okay, and we're off.
Well, I'm on my way to check it out.
Okay, so I've triggered a gang war, and we're gonna go through New York.
So here's what I got.
And I'm not gonna try to stop any crimes. I'm just gonna go to the objectives so you guys can see some of the content in the DLC. And obviously some spoilery stuff if you haven't got to this point yet, but
She's working for Hammerhead.
this game is so awesome!
So low.
Hi, everyone.
Okay, here we are. Blake is here, so if you've got questions or comments or chats, if you want to know more about Paw Patrol, you've come to the right place.
Well, I
I don't
mean,
know nothing about no Paw
I
Patrol,
guess,
Vic.
maybe.
Don't ask me about
Ask me anything. Ask me about Avalanche.
Have they ever done a Paw Patrol and My Little Pony crossover?
No.
Because that would be awesome.
I've read a lot of the My Little Pony comics. They're really good.
Like by yourself or with your daughter?
With my daughter, with Ruby, yeah.
You're not like personal fans?
No, I'm not a brony.
You're not sitting there on the airplane reading My Little
No.
Pony comics?
I certainly appreciate the writing. It's very tongue-in-cheek and very... it's having a lot of fun with pop culture. Let us know how the audio is. I love the J. Jonah Jameson in this game. You get a whole bunch of new J. Jonah Jameson stuff, which is great.
No one loves women more than J. Jonah Jameson.
Some people are saying waiting for Black Friday to buy this game.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, honestly, like, I don't know if we've talked about this. Like, this game didn't get its hooks in.
Yes, I know.
Like, I just wasn't. I've never been a big Spider-Man fan.
I know, buddy. You know what I hate about Spider-Man?
I don't hate Spider-Man. It's just I played this game and I was like, it's just.
This is a all Spider-Man love circle.
I
Okay,
love- I
right?
like
this
the
is
character.
all
I don't
love for
dislike
this game.
Spider-Man. It's just
This
I've
game
never been a huge
has
Spider-Man
got its
fan.
hooks in me. It's such a fun game, and it's such a different change of pace from Red Dead Redemption as well. This is chaos. I don't know why there's like lots of gunfire, and then we're cutting to a picture of Manhattan. It's strange.
Is that accurate? Are all those buildings accurate? Most of them are.
Audrey and Leon. Abby Jameson just became a new member of EPN. Yes,
Oh yeah, I saw that earlier.
That's awesome. Thank you, Abby.
Subscriber member. Yeah.
Good.
I think what people do is, because I think Abby was a subscriber before or a member before, I think what they do is they let it expire and then renew it so that they can get shout-outs, which is fine by me.
Which is great.
Unless it sends us that notification whenever they renew it, I don't know.
I just heard from the YouTube creators as well that the join button is gonna be on the main page. I don't know if it is on the main page for you guys or not. It's weird because I can't see that if I'm signed in, but of course they won't let you see any join buttons unless you're signed in. So I can't see it on our own page. So I don't know if it's there or not. Can you guys let me know actually if on the main page of YouTube if of our channel if you can see the join button? Because I don't know if it's there or not. It should be. All right, so we got cops shooting at bad guys, but
People
we're
are
gonna
pointing out that the game isn't a one-to-one New York.
No, it's not.
Yeah, I was just wondering, like, when they showed that shot of Lower Manhattan.
They got a lot of buildings.
Some of the buildings are real, but some look not real. Like maybe
Yeah.
because some buildings you have to get the legal rights to show, and others you don't.
I think they did. I think they got most of the like
Probably
a
a few
lot of
they
the
couldn't
landmark
get.
buildings are in there.
Is Trump Tower in this game? I wonder.
I don't know. Probably not.
How do you
It's
go
political.
there and how do you, you know?
Look, we were talking about Spider-Man, okay?
So is this the DLC mission here that you're in?
Yeah.
So you can't play as Black Cat, right?
I don't know yet. I haven't played through the DLC yet, so we're all playing it together. I've only played like the first mission in the DLC content so far, which was really fun.
Is that what? And so you're just replaying it right now?
No, this I had to get to a certain point in the main campaign. I've only got it saved to a certain point in both the difficult mode that I was playing and the new game plus that I was playing.
Gotcha.
But
so you had to,
yeah, exactly.
So you can't replay the.
So this is the game where I got 100% on everything. I'm getting killed. Okay, come on. Doesn't look like I've got 100% the way I'm playing right now. Okay.
You're in Red Dead mode. You forgot everything.
Kaboosh! Get him!
Paul Adamson says the membership button is normally just on YouTube Gaming, but that's what we're trying to change, right?
Yeah, I got a note that it's going to be available everywhere today, so I don't know if it is. I don't know if we have to press a button to make that possible, but I thought it might be there already. Okay, I died.
Jordan Cunningham. Question, hey Vic, concerning Red Dead Redemption 2, do you think a game can be too realistic? Like, too realistic to the point where it takes away the fun?
I think, I mean, that's what I'll talk about when I get into the full thoughts on the game. I mean, I'm starting to kind of understand why it is so methodically slower paced, you know? And it's because it's special. That's one of the things that makes it special. It's supposed to make us feel and think in different ways than a lot of other games. It's a cut above in a lot of ways. But yes, it is about... you know what it is? It's very much an RPG. And I tweeted yesterday that Rockstar has always been very anti-RPG and kind of made fun of them. I've seen like I was at GDC. There was a famous time when they won. It's probably for GTA Vice City or something. They won Game of the Year at GDC, and they said thanks. This means a lot. We'll never do anything with fucking elves or dwarves like you guys, but you know we like our kinds of games basically, and they got a lot of shit for that too because it was.
When did they say this? What year?
This was like, it was around Vice. It was either Vice City or San Andreas.
Okay, so early 2000s.
Yeah. So, but they've always been pretty steadfast that they're not into that. They're more into the urban. They're more into the gritty, the realistic kind of vibe. But when I'm playing Red Dead, it's like this is so nuanced and so detailed that it's a hair's breadth away from them becoming an RPG, like a full-fledged RPG. And I would love to see them do that. But a lot of RPGs are also, you know, it's about the minutia and the granularity, and so this is a Western
They
RPG.
flirted with RPG elements for a long time at Rockstar. With, like, even going back to San Andreas.
Yeah.
You can make your character get really muscular or skinny. You have to eat.
You got to do all that in this, yeah.
You know,
And I'm the sucker.
Taz is saying the button is not on the main YouTube page.
Oh, okay.
We'll figure that out.
Yeah.
Once we're done the stream. Adrian Lee, comment, I have a feeling you're not going to give Red Dead Redemption 2 a 10.
I mean, I've certainly got some issues with it, but then I didn't have that many issues with this, and I didn't give this game a 10 either.
Maybe I can still capture.
And you guys know how obsessed I've been about this game.
So
I
what
don't
do you
want
think's
to
gonna
stop
be
playing.
Game of the year, this or Red Dead?
I don't know. I don't know yet.
You got 100% Red Dead, get the New Game Plus, get the Platinum.
You guys know that's very rare for me. Like, I don't normally have time or make the time to obsess like
There's
this.
the bodega.
And I'm still playing, and I'm still loving this game. I just love this character. Okay. Pick up Black Cat's trail is what I'm trying to do.
What did Black Cat do?
She stole something from the museum.
Oh.
And then I've just found out that she's related to a previous male version of Black Cat. So I just found that out. I'm trying to, like, I'm getting her origin story a little bit right here. Where is the thing? What am I looking for? Where's her trail?
Pick up Black Cat's trail.
Do you guys see anything?
Well, there's a little dot there on the...
Oh, there it
wire.
is.
Oh.
Okay. Okay.
Gotta be something around here.
Black Canary is
There's your
Marvel or
stakeout gear.
DC?
DC.
Okay. I always get those two mixed up.
What were you looking at, Felicia?
Okay, so she's been leaving stuff in windows, and she left this all for me to find. There it is, right there.
Tyler Fisher says, one of my PlayStation friends is already scratching at the Red Dead Redemption 2 Platinum.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely some similarities.
Oh,
And
Hey,
your Spider-Man
Skylar.
costume is the one Tom Holland
Felicia,
wears
the
in
Magi are no joke. You shouldn't be playing
Spider-Man
with them.
Homecoming, right?
but I
Yes.
like to
Throw in 3 new ones. This one's new.
Is that one like naked or just shirtless?
He's shirtless.
Okay.
He's got his underwear on.
Or he has, like, the mask on.
My daughter loved this one. She thought it was so silly, but she wanted me to race around New York and find a pool and go into the pool in my swimming suit. She's so cute. And then I've unlocked this one because I beat the first mission in the DLC, and then these two come out after I beat some of the other activities
The one next
in the
to
heist.
it, is that the like hoodie one he wears in Spider-Man Homecoming?
Yes. Yeah. The homemade one.
That's cool.
Which is pretty rad, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, I freaking love this.
That is pretty cool.
And I love this.
So
This
is
is the Avengers Infinity War one.
Right.
And this is it the Tony Stark one? Yeah, the Stark
Yeah, that's
suit.
the Tom
Yeah, yeah,
Holland
yeah. I mean, that just looks.
The comic book
Awesome.
one, when you turn, you're not like 2D, right? Like
No.
you're still a 3-dimensional
Yeah.
thing. Okay.
You're just in. But look at how cool that
That's
was.
so cool. Yeah.
It looks like I'm in a.
If you take anytime you take a still, it looks like a 2D drawing.
Yeah, and it
regardless
looks-
of what angle you're looking at.
Yeah, and it looks like I'm in a Roger Rabbit movie. Right? It's so cool. I love this.
Vic, did any of you play Fist of the North Star Lost Paradise?
No, I asked Sega for a copy, but I didn't hear back, and then I got busy, so I didn't bug them again. But I wanted to, and I know that Johnny Millennium played it. I think he's one of the only reviews on YouTube of that game.
I have
And
a
he loved
policy, I don't play games with titles that long.
Oh, really?
So I'm not.
You hate it. The thing I hate about games with long titles.
Yeah. You shouldn't have like 5 words in your title. What about that? Red Dead Redemption 2 is too long. Why not call it Red Dead something else? Why'd it have to be Red Dead Redemption?
Because
again?
there is redemption in these stories. They're finding their
So
path.
pick a synonym
Oh,
for the
sorry.
word redemption and It's this Revolver Redemption that could have some because then it's confusing because it's a prequel, but it's the third game.
Oh man, I'm getting my butt kicked. Oh. Oh man.
Oh, Diablo 3 Eternal Collection for the Switch comes out today.
Yes,
Played
that's
it
right.
or earlier this week.
Come on, get these guys. Oh right, I have this. I forgot I had this. Okay. Kaboof!
See, this is the thing that didn't.
Oh, I died again.
The thing I didn't like about the
guy's too big.
combat in
Yes.
this is that it's just. It feels like so much button mashing.
Well, it does until you find the fluidity, and I'm not there. I've forgotten all my moves. But yeah, so you can totally button mash your way to some fun, but there is definitely some skill to this as well. Oh, get out of the way! Get out of the way!
Jordan Cunningham is pointing out you need 2 focus bars to finish the guy with a minigun.
Thank you.
Do you know that you can't carry miniguns in real life? It's like not a thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the Predator
Just in fiction?
movie did that. Like, miniguns are like they weigh like a ton. They
Right.
basically have to be mounted to a helicopter.
Oh, I'm getting my butt kicked. Move! Now I'm dead again! Oh my god, guys, I'm embarrassed. Let's do this. I guess they upped the difficulty a bit for the DLC.
They must have,
we're
yeah.
gonna go with that.
Because it is like, you know, meant to be played after the main game.
Yeah.
Emilio Lopez is asking what I'm enjoying playing right now. I'm in Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm enjoying that. And Diablo on the Switch.
Oh! Okay.
I wish I was playing Half-Life 3, but that doesn't exist, so...
Ooh, what the heck? What did I do that for? Kaboom! God, I love this game so much.
We were in New York when this came out, right?
I don't
Like, wasn't
think
that...
so.
Or no, the review code came in, and we were in New York, so you can play it. Do you remember that?
Probably, yeah.
And you were texting with Johnny, because Johnny...
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. That's right, yeah.
And it's like we were in the real New York, and you wanted to be in...
Fake New York. Yeah. Oh, man, these guys are tough. I don't like him.
Paul Adamson says, wow, EPN.TV, do you even play games?
Oh, come on, take it easy on me.
No, we have never played a game before ever in our lives. This is the very first time we've ever played a game.
Whoa.
Don't forget to use your gadgets, says Jordan.
Oh, right. I totally have forgotten to use my gadget. I forget how to... I forget the buttons.
Can't you just like go off the side of the building and just wait there,
There
for
it
your
is.
health to regenerate?
I can't. I have been kind of using my budget. My. Oh, there we go. There's the electric powers. Forgot all about those guys. Thank you, Jordan. I've totally been playing too much Red Dead. Oh, I'm dead again! Oh my goodness!
Why can't you just, when your health starts getting low, just like climb down the side of the building?
Oh, you can go
Just,
away
like,
and
wait there,
Yes,
and then
you
come
can
back.
do that. Yeah.
Okay.
It's not fun. It's more fun to watch me die over and over again.
Briggs92 says this isn't as button mashy as the Arkham games.
Yeah, that's a little bit different for sure. I mean, the mobilities of Spider-Man are just, you just can't beat them. Oh gosh. Okay, get out of the way.
Press down on the D-pad to heal yourself.
I know, but I'm waiting too long for it.
And we're done.
Yes.
The other thing too, it felt like when I was fighting bad guys that they took too many hits to go down. Like, it felt like I was just wailing on the same guys over and over and over again.
Well, it's a game.
Yeah, but I don't know. It felt like that's maybe part of the reason why I thought the combat was too repetitive, because I'm just like doing the same things over and over again.
Such pains in the asses.
Like, I enjoyed the swinging through New York, but every time I was getting into a fight, it was like the game was like forcing me to stop doing what I wanted to do.
Right.
And then I had to get into a fight, and it's like, oh fuck, now I gotta get into another fight where I gotta fight a bunch of guys, and it was like I didn't enjoy the combat, so it was like it felt like a drag every time it did that.
You know, I don't know what you're saying to me. You sounded like Charlie Brown's parents right there. Wah, 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 wah.
Like, because the combat and the swinging fun exploration are like two different things, right?
Yeah, both awesome.
But I didn't enjoy one, so it felt like every time I had to stop doing one to do the one I didn't like.
Well, it would be so boring if all you were doing is swinging through the city after a while.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like the combat in this game. It's just not for me.
Oh, come on! I hate that guy. This guy sucks. This freaking minigun. Please go down. Okay. Honestly, you really suck, man.
Where's his health bar? Is that it in the top left?
No, that's my web shooter. Finally! Oh!
Yay!
Had to get angry at him.
That was fun.
Okay, now what do I
Where's
do?
Felicia?
That
You did
sucked. Okay. Where do I go? Right here.
That's pretty cool.
So good.
I like watching you.
So good.
Reminds me of old times.
What's on the...
Jordan Cunningham has another tip. I never use the web shots. I always use the web bomb.
Ah,
To
okay.
web more than one
Entirely
enemy,
sure,
and then
to
I
be honest.
hold triangle to throw enemies.
Yeah, I
Why are you
have to
stealing
remember all of my finesse
I
moves there.
don't. They'll
Look how
kill
good
me
that
some.
looks. It's weird to be cartoon.
Wait.
And everything looks so photoreal. I'm gonna switch. I like the, oh, I'm not quite there yet.
Damn it. Felicia
No, I
has a
can't.
son? Can't be.
Adrian Leon says, I'm still very upset about the microtransactions in Call of Duty Black Ops 4.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a,
I have a question, Vic.
yes.
Because when I was writing that story yesterday about the Call of Duty microtransactions,
Yeah.
and I had to like, every time I write a story about microtransactions, I have to look up how the
MJ, I found
microtransactions
the cat,
work,
but she
Yeah.
got
because
away.
every game is different,
Right.
right? And it made me realize, like,
She stole our
should
data drive.
the console manufacturers,
each
Sony,
family
Microsoft,
has a
and
drive.
Nintendo, should they be like enforcing some kind of uniformity with
well,
microtransactions
How
on their
about
platforms?
how about the currency of the country?
Sure, but like, should there be some kind of universal standard for how microtransactions work in every game?
Yeah,
Like,
but
every game, it's like, okay, the microtransaction currency, you get it, and then you do this with it.
I think it kind of speaks to how sneaky the whole business of microtransactions is.
Yeah.
Because there is a lot of duplicity. There is a lot of like, well, let's try this and see if it works. Let's try
Yeah, it feels
that.
like they're always testing
Yeah.
how much they can get away with, right?
I think the business should rather be finding ways to make money without piecemealing it all out. That's what they should really be focusing on. They shouldn't put all of their chips into this because it's going to burn them. It's going to piss a lot of people off, and a lot of these companies are going to lose customers, and then they're going to have to lose employees. You know,
I just think like they could
Tell me you're out of
get rid of a
jail.
lot of the negativity surrounding microtransactions if, like, a year or two from now, they figure out what's the best,
right?
like, workable, most profitable, and everybody is still happy way of doing
Well,
microtransactions.
I'm
and
telling
then
you, like,
enforce that as a universal standard across every system, and every game has to conform to that.
I don't know how you add DLC and microtransactions to a streaming game, to a subscription service streaming game. You know, when everybody's got fast enough internet and they can
Everything's
stream everything.
cosmetic only.
Well, why have any DLC in a situation like that at all?
Yeah, so have all the DLC stuff be like
It's
season
all there
pass
for
stuff
you.
that's free.
Yes, it's
and then you can
because
buy
then
cosmetic stuff.
why buy anything extra if you're paying $10 a month to have streaming access to games?
Because if you like the game, then you want to have the new. If you could buy like a really cool Spider-Man costume for $1,
right.
wouldn't you want to do that? Right.
Yeah, I guess so. But
If you're
then
getting everything else for free, if it's a persistent online game
I
situation.
think that they will try stuff like that once streaming starts to go in, because it will be the soft move away from the infrastructures that are being built right now. But eventually, I think it will all be
I think
unlocked.
that's something they should do though, is have a universal standard for all of the microtransactions.
Remember,
in every game.
we used to get every Spider-Man costume already included on the cartridge,
Yeah.
or the CD.
That's all changing.
Yeah. Well, I think it's about to change again. I think there's going to be a lot of people that are going to say enough is enough.
Guys,
Uh-oh.
we've really got to stop meeting like this.
Here comes the pain.
Who's that you're fighting? Oh, it's just random thug.
Yeah. Oh, big guys. I wanted to be more stealthy than that, but I pressed the wrong button.
Do you ever get to do like journalist stuff as Peter Parker?
More as Mary Jane. He's a scientist. He's not a. He's a former
Oh, he's a photo.
photographer, and he's got to go and find his cameras and stuff like that all around the city.
Yeah, it's a Chrysler building. Yay. So Trump Tower is right around there. It's near the Chrysler building.
Who?
Trump Tower.
Who? Yeah.
Has it changed?
That was
Snowball's
better.
getting others to do her dirty work.
Okay.
What are they setting up anyway?
Jordan Cunningham says, I love the vintage suit because it feels more like the 90s animated Spider-Man show.
The vintage one?
Yeah.
I'm wearing the Stark one right now.
What is this symbol? Who is that? Who is this? What is this S?
I can't remember.
Who's this purple guy?
I don't know.
My dance card's full.
I can't
Evil
really hear
Knievel?
her. She's some kind of online streamer person. I think she was in the main campaign. I think that was one of the missions in there, but I can't remember. Anybody remember who this character is?
Some people do anything for clicks.
She was obsessed with social media and getting eyeballs on stuff.
Someone in the chat is going to tell us probably very shortly.
Yep.
Yeah, that building doesn't exist in real life. That big one there right behind the...
Right there?
That's where the World Trade Center should be.
Where?
See the white building in front and then directly behind it?
Yeah.
That's not a real building.
I think that's one of the fictional
Yeah,
buildings.
that's
Avengers
where the World
Tower is over
That's
there.
where the new World Trade Center would be in real life. So yeah, they obviously they didn't get the rights to show the World Trade Center, or they didn't want to because they thought it would be like insensitive or something. I don't know.
Timberwolf, yes, we did. Ian Spence won one. Who else won one? Dave, I forget his name, and Ryan Ouellette. Timberwolf, are you Ian Spence? I think you might be.
Oh, Jordan Cunningham says that villain.
The villain
is
Screwball.
Is that a villain? The streamer person?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she was being built in
Really?
in the main campaign, like she was starting to become. Ian Spence, yay!
I'm sending you the location.
Your comment was hilarious.
Don't let her play you again.
Okay, so this
Yeah,
character
I'll be on
actually
guard.
is actually in the comics.
I don't know.
Okay.
Created
She
in
just
July
seems to bring
2008
Bad luck wherever she goes.
by
Black
Dan
Cat
Slott and
brings
Marcos
bad luck.
Martin.
That's a little on the nose, Pete.
Yeah, I've never heard of this character. When is the Marvel Cinematic Universe going to introduce Screwball?
I don't know. It's weird that I'm hearing like sirens in the streets of New York, and there's nothing on screen at all right now.
Is that
it's like
is
black.
it stylish? Is it supposed to be that way?
I don't know. It's very strange. We're just
Did we lose
gonna
the
pump
video or
in the
something?
audio of the ambient
we didn't
audio.
like lose the video, right?
I don't think so. This is long. It's a long loading time, though. Holy crap!
They should have the symbiote
In
suit.
this part of the game, it's very dark.
Yeah, why isn't there a Venom game? They have this new Venom movie out.
That is
Where's
weird.
the
I
Venom
think
game?
I think the game might have crashed on us.
What do we do? Hit the PlayStation button?
That's so weird. Okay.
Oh, there we go.
Bizarre. Okay. Okay, Silver Sable. Or what's her name? Screwball.
Silver Surfer?
If
What?
you follow my career, and of course you have,
what's this?
you know I notched my first big bylines covering them.
Oh, I'm on a mission now for Screwball.
Yeah, that building's real. That one's not.
Which one's real?
The Pruitt building, I think it's called.
Okay.
The one there in front.
Someone's been studying
And
the
that-
Google Maps.
And that one is that circular thing. That's the Clinton Armory.
She's using a binary signal repeater.
Okay, hold
'cause
on, I
was
gotta hear
there,
this, I
like,
gotta
a
hear
month
Back
ago.
on it to visualize the right path.
So what am I doing? I haven't played this, so I don't know what I do here. Follow the signal to disable the EMPs in the right order. Okay, let's do it. Okay, Spidey.
I think my webs will disable them.
Oh, the Pruitt building doesn't exist.
Okay,
It's a
cool.
thing from Batman. What's that one building called though? It's gonna bug me. I'm gonna look it up.
Okay.
It's like an old building right next to the.
Go,
World Trade Center.
go.
It was like it's like a cool old building that.
Photobomb targets to earn bonus points. How do I photobomb? What do I do? You get the most points by perfectly timing your photobomb when Screwball's OMG meter is full. Did I do it? I don't know what the frack I'm doing. Okay.
Well, it's good they're introducing new
There,
mechanics
I'm right
in
there.
DLC.
Okay, photobomb active.
It's good when DLC introduces new mechanics.
What am I
though,
doing?
right?
Yeah, I know. Maximize your bonus points by pressing R1 when Screwball's OMG meter is full.
It looks really funny what you're doing right now.
I know,
You
it
can't
does,
see your
doesn't it?
hand, so- You're just doing.
What is happening?
What are you? Okay.
Okay, continue. Oh. Okay. I
What's
earned
the
some
chat say?
OMGs. I don't know what the hell is going on. I feel like I got stoned all of a sudden here. Okay, up we go.
People are talking about the Ultimate Spider-Man game because you could play as Venom in that one.
I think
you
my
remember
webs
that one?
Ultimate, yeah. Excellent. So good. Oh, come on. Oh, I'm pressing the wrong button. I gotta
They
learn all
should
my
they should
controls
have
again.
like Venom DLC for this game. That
Yeah,
out
they should just keep
coinciding
going.
with the
They should
movie.
just keep going. Make us a new piece of content.
Like, let me play as Venom and go around killing innocent people, like Grand Theft Auto style, in this game.
Oh, look at that! A photobomb! Better get over there! Wrong order, Spider-Man!
Comment from Jordan Cunningham: I really like the Stark suit, but after seeing Homecoming, it feels too young for this Spider-Man.
Ah, I see.
Because he's like a teenager in that, and the Spider-Man is in his
Right.
20s.
Yeah, good point.
But I mean, Tom Holland is like the age he's at in that game, in that movie. He's not gonna grow anymore, right? It's not like he's gonna get taller.
No.
Right? So the suit, like he could wear that suit for the rest of his life as Spider-Man.
True. But they need new action figures. Oh, my time is up. So I failed.
No, your OMG meter
Okay.
went down.
Yeah, I'm gonna abandon this. I'm gonna play that later. So I'm gonna do one more mission thing, and then we gotta call it.
Adrian Leon says
when the meter it goes to full, tap R1. Okay,
How does
gotcha.
the meter go to full though?
It's like a golf swing meter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I'm sort of half paying attention because I don't hear all the voiceover in here, and so I don't exactly know what I'm doing. I haven't played that part before. Okay, but let's go and see if we see Black Cat one more time. Here we go. It's pretty rad that the DLC is like it's still all of New York, you know? It's just fun to swing around here. What a beautiful game. And this is playing on the Pro, but it's just off of a 1080p signal for what I'm looking at, and then of course we're streaming to 720p through our external capture card. Still looks sweet.
So that's the Avengers building there?
The
That one
huge
there,
tall one, yeah.
Because that's kind of what the new World Trade Center looks like.
Yeah.
But it's in a different spot.
Okay, let's do this.
So none of the other Avengers are in this game, right?
Uh-oh.
They didn't get the rights for them. That would be too complicated legally.
I don't want to spoil. Gots to go.
Oh,
Look after the little ones. Thank you, Vic. Thank you, Blake, for all the things you do. Oh, thank you,
Thank you.
Miroku7. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Question from Tyler Fisher. Vic, are you going to play or review Spyro Reignited?
Yes, 100%. Can't wait. It is the year of Insomniac, right? All right, let's see what's going on here.
Felicia.
Did Insomniac do the
done this
original
time.
Yep,
Spyro?
that was what put him on the map.
Blocked off the whole street. If I can pick up the cat's trail, maybe I can catch up to her.
The meter fills up
security guard
itself.
was
You
hurt.
just time the R1 button when it gets full.
Maybe the EMT can tell me what happened.
Okay. That's good to know.
I freaked everybody out by landing.
That was something I liked about the original Assassin's Creed. Do you remember you had like socially acceptable things?
That's free on Xbox One right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Is the guard
Yeah,
gonna
like
be
if
okay?
you're standing in the crowd in the middle of a crowd of people and you just start jumping up and down, people will start like looking at you and getting suspicious.
I need to
Find a
check
way
the
to
alley.
track the black cat.
Felicia
Okay.
did this. I've gotta find
That's
her.
something they should like do again in the new games.
Yeah, people look at you when you're playing even the new ones.
But they'll in the original game like they would react and like rat you out to the guards.
Right.
If you try to climb with everyone right there. Like in the first one you had to kind of like if you wanted to climb a building, you had to kind of go around to the alleyway so that
Okay.
people wouldn't see you do it in the first game.
I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing here. Find a way to track the black cat.
Oh, I think I see it on your left. Oh, on that wall.
No, that's just that. That just shows you where you can web up to. Web
Don't,
zip
don't
to.
you have to use your Arkham detective vision?
Need
I
to look
have
around the alley. There's
this,
gotta
but I'm
be clues
supposed to do
find Black
something.
Cat.
Okay, so press to scan for clues.
It's in that search area.
Okay.
You see the rectangle on your map, right?
Oopsies. See, you guys see anything?
I thought I saw something on the wall of that one building, but I guess not. I think it was just looking at that tree. That's all
Weird.
outside of the search grid, though.
Where do I go? Oh, wait, there it is. Okay.
Antique book.
Found a book.
Looks like it's volume 2 of a set. Where's volume 1?
G-Rock has a question.
Yes.
Do you like what Sony has planned for movies for Silver Sable and Black Cat? Also plans for a Kraven the Hunter movie.
Heck, it's getting crazy, but Venom worked for them financially, so I think we're going to see a lot of that. I mean, this Spider-Verse is awesome. You know, it's fun. It's going to be weird to not have Spider-Man in these movies, though.
Jordan Cunningham says that White Tower is called the Freedom Tower. Yeah,
There's a
in
high-end
real
pawn
life, the
shop
New
owned
World
by the
Trade Center
Macho
is called the
family
Freedom
around
Tower.
here. Felicia already took 2 data drives from other families.
But I don't think
Did she
it's
just take a
the same
third?
thing in the game.
There have to be more clues around here.
Okay, come on, more clues, more clues.
Sony, because they were trying to make a Spider-Man shared cinematic universe with the Amazing Spider-Man movies.
Yeah.
Remember, like Amazing Spider-Man 2
Oh,
set
yeah,
up a bunch of
they set up the Sinister Six.
yeah, but then that movie failed, so they scrapped it. But now it's so weird because they don't. Spider-Man is part of the shared MCU now, but they're still going forward with their own separate Spider-Man universe without Spider-Man.
Well, I think this animated movie is going to be a huge hit, and I think it's also going to open the doors to getting us thinking about other ways in, because it's all about multiple universes, and there's lots of different characters
Yep.
from the Spider-Verse. So, oh wait, I see something. There it is. There it is, right there. Okay.
Magnesium flare. Probably what burned that guard's eyes.
Question from
If I
Warco.
analyze the
Never
residue, I
played
can
Red
track
Dead
her.
1, have limited time to game. Should I just jump into Red Dead 2 or take my time and do both? Maybe do Red Dead Redemption 2 first and then Red Dead Redemption 1?
It is
because
a
that's the
prequel.
chronological order?
Yeah, it's a prequel. If you don't have a lot of time, though,
You're doing a litmus test? I remember doing these in chemistry in high school.
these are they are chemical mysteries. You're trying to get the chemical patterns for things, which is pretty cool. Boof and boof. Okay.
Did you do that in high school where you had the litmus strip?
I'm
and then
sure.
You,
Yeah,
Got it.
I'm sure.
There's the trail.
I liked all of that stuff, and I was good at it to a point, and then I discovered
Can't be a dad.
acting and
technically I
literature,
can be,
so
but
I kind of moved away from sciences
tell
and
MJ.
math.
decided you didn't want to be a chemist.
Well, I got to physics,
I should do it in
and I
person.
was like, what the
No.
hell is going on here? What's happening?
Yeah, I couldn't get chemistry. I was okay at physics because it's basically just math.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, chemistry and biology especially, I'm like, okay.
It could be nothing.
Cellular,
What if it's not?
microscopic stuff, I was
Looks
like,
like a member
what
of the macho
the hell?
clan.
Okay, all right.
I know.
Listen,
I'm a jerk.
where am I going?
There's a yellow
Okay.
dot somewhere.
Cool. Ah,
Oh, it's the Warriors.
fighting time.
It became the Warriors all of a
Some his
sudden.
brothers.
We just did that, just did a buried treasure on
Yeah.
the Rockstar game. It made me want to rewatch the movie.
Like I told the Cicero guys, I do not work for
About 10 years
Hammerhead.
since I sat down and
I'm kind
watched
of
that.
insulted that you would even think that.
I saw that in a theater for the first time
I did too, actually.
at the Hollywood Theater.
The first time I ever saw it was at the midnight screening. About,
Better get
I
back
want
on
to
the
say I
trail.
was 20? Something
Yeah,
like that.
it's so cool. Such an awesome movie. I wonder if Rockstar will ever do a licensed thing like that again,
Probably not.
right?
That's right when they first got big,
Hammerheads, guys.
right? And it's like, you look at Vice City, it has a whole bunch of needless
MJ,
celebrity
send me a
cameos.
pic of a plate
Yeah,
of
they
this.
had all the
they-
money, right?
In the recent articles
I'll
with
let you
Dan
know
Houser,
if I
they
find
were like so anti-celebrities.
Yeah, talk about. So
Yeah.
it feels like they got big really fast with GTA 3,
Yeah,
and then, oh, well, we have all this money, we have to get celebrities,
Where's
oh, and
the
we have to
drive?
make licensed games.
Right,
Says she
Yeah.
wanted
right.
to deliver it to
Yeah.
Hammerhead
It's
personally.
probably at the point now where
Didn't
they're
I
like,
tell
"Oh, we
you
don't need
to
do
get the
that."
drive? Yeah, but she gave the other ones to him, so I just figured. So I tell you
They
to do
went into
something.
the science of
And you
video
don't
games.
do it.
the science of video game news presentation. Yes, Graham.
It's more of an art,
Yeah.
what we do. Thank you
Wait,
very much.
wait! Oh.
That gun seemed needlessly big.
Hey, don't act so surprised. You said you knew
Oh,
what happened next.
I'm gonna knock all you guys down.
Kick it up a notch.
That's an early power that you get, but it's so fun. I've kept it on all my suits. The web blossom. Poof! I love this game.
And every combat scene feels the same in that there's always a couple of little guys you gotta take out and then one big guy in the middle.
Yeah, that's video games. I'm okay with that,
Not every
man.
video game is like that though. This feels, like I said, the combat feels very repetitive
Oh man.
to the point where
Ease
I
up,
was-
Spider-Man
That's
bubble
why I
of
didn't
love,
keep
right
playing
here.
it. That's why-
Spidey bubble of love.
Okay, well, outside your bubble.
Okay.
That's why I didn't keep playing it, because I was like, okay, I don't need to fight another just big
Here,
henchman
fellas.
guy.
It's probably overdue.
Spider-Man rules.
Rockstar has never done sci-fi. That's not true. They did that Body Harvest game.
That's true. Well, they were called DMA designs then.
Well, that's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's Rockstar.
That'd be cool if they went back to that, actually.
That game led to GTA 3 because they
Of all
made
the
that for the
vehicles.
N64, yeah.
Yeah.
And then they wanted to make GTA
MJ,
3 for the
the cat got another
N64,
data
but
drive.
Nintendo said it was
Just
too
one more
violent.
and Hammerhead has the drives from
So they're
all
like,
the
okay,
other Monument
PlayStation.
families. You've got to figure out what's on those drives.
And there's something else. There's this thing. Probably not a big thing, but it could be a thing. A little, maybe big thing.
Please say a sentence that doesn't include the word thing.
Okay. The reason
Yuri
Felicia's
Lowenthal's
working for
voice
Hammerhead
acting in
because
this is
he took her
perfect
son.
too. I love his performance.
Didn't know she had a son. Well, certainly sounds like something Hammerhead would do.
There's this other thing.
And the photo mode is the best. Did you take any pictures?
In the game?
Yeah.
No, not when I played it.
Look at the webs. The web's hanging right there.
Thing is, though, how would you take that photo in real life?
Well, it's in a game. Come on, man. Thing I hate about the photo mode.
The thing I hate about the photo mode is it's unrealistic.
We can turn that into a comic book right here.
That's pretty cool. Filters, yeah.
Right.
Meanwhile, that's pretty cool.
Isn't that amazing?
Although the light is going the wrong way. You want to have the sun. You're backlit right now, right?
Yeah.
So you want to almost go around to the other side, yeah.
Yeah, but I like the sun. The sun pretty. That's a pretty good cover right there.
It's a lot of negative space, though.
I like that. Oh, you can also... I can tilt a little bit, I think. Right there. Oh, no, those are vignettes. Tilt right there. Or the other way. That looks cool. Sweet. Oh my god, this is so addictive. Okay. Hide the UI. Boom. Oh, I'll just save it. Okay. All right, you guys.
Is that it?
That's it. That's going to be our play with a little bit of the DLC for Spider-Man. If you haven't got it, it's one of the best games of 2018, in my opinion. This guy does not like it, though.
I didn't say I dislike. It's just not for me.
Not a fan of the combat.
Yeah. Okay, bye, everyone.
An upskirt Tyler Fisher. Come on. Okay, you guys, that's going to do it for our EP Live for today. I want you all to promise me one thing, that you're going to have an incredible weekend and you're going to do some fun things, but you're also going to get outside, even if it's crappy weather wherever you are. It's not just about being in front of a screen all weekend, right? You got to get outside and spend some time with your family and your loved ones, but then, of course, get some screen time in there, play some Red Dead or something like Spider-Man, have some fun, and catch up on all kinds of great EP content as well. We've got classic stuff in there. We've got lots of current interviews and reviews and all kinds of fun things. You can watch that Paw Patrol 5-6 times. Yeah, it's so fun. But if you dig what we like, if you dig what we make, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and there is a join button which will magically appear sometime on our YouTube channel. And there's, of course, the merch that we have on our epn.tv page /merch. You can check out all kinds of cool stuff, including the 8-Bit Beans coffee, the espresso playground. I didn't put any pictures of people that have been sending me photos of them in t-shirts and things. I got some great new ones. We will do that next week. Have yourselves a fantastic weekend, and remember one thing, play forever.